chance to go and change the past, but I know how the story will go. 'Cause all these legends I carry with me, all these lifetimes that only I see, I'm taken to this place in between, where I've been and where I'll be. Turn back time, oh, gonna hit rewind and find that all these memories, discoveries, these fantasies, they stay with me. Turn back time, oh, gonna hit rewind, remember all the tales of all the people that I meet, 'cause I have to leave them all behind and then repeat. Don't forget this pain and regret, so I can learn from the tragedy and change the course of this history. Move through time, oh, yeah. Don't overlook the signs, oh, yeah. Oh. Now I see, oh, yeah. It's my responsibility. Turn back time, oh, gonna hit rewind and find that all these memories, discoveries, these fantasies, they stay with me. Turn back time, oh, gonna hit rewind, remember all the tales of all the people that I meet, 'cause I have to leave them all behind and then repeat.
So slowly a sunlit dream pulls me out of sleep. Feel the morning through the blinds. I get to thinking about your sun-kissed face in a quiet place. I could give you all my time. You know I wanna be your rock, my love. You know I wanna be your light. In darkness, how you find me just in time to tell me what I needed to hear. So if you don't know what you need, you can leave it all to me. Don't want you worried about a thing. I know you do the same for me. 'Cause you're so lovely, you're so lovely. I can't help but fall for you, love. When you love me, it's so lovely loving you. Oh, so lovely loving you. So softly a tender breeze brush against my knees on a summer afternoon. I get to thinking about the hazy days under August shade that I used to spend with you. I didn't realize it was all I wanted. What I had, my riddled heart, I had to cradle back together just to see. It's all like magic to me. You do magic, baby, when you love me. You're so lovely.
Hey up, hello chat, hello everyone, welcome. How's everyone doing? Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a lovely day. Oh, I said it without stuttering this time. Hi everyone, hi Spider, hello Jenny Bartender, hi Embers. Yes, we have a new profile picture because we have officially rebranded. We have rebranded, yay! Our persona, the persona design has rebranded and upgraded to fluffy hair, and also the entire outfit has changed as well because I was bored one day and it ended up becoming a rebrand. So hi everyone, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a lovely day. Hi Embers, hello, you got a haircut? Please show me after stream. Alright chat, hold on. Hi. Hello everyone. We're doing a fanfic reading stream today because I'm currently injured. Both of my hands are in a arm brace because I play too much muck. Help me. I'm in a little bit of pain here. But hi everyone, I hope everyone's having a lovely day. Hello. Hi. I thought I slept through the whole last day. Has the vaccine been still putting the effects on you? I'll show you. Oh, thank you. Hi everyone. How's everyone doing? Alright. Hi Gender Bartender. Hello. Hello. I got like 4 grapes. But I got grapes. Alright, today. Oh my god, I just dropped my grapes. No, come back. Stay there. I am struggling because I can't really function very easily with both of my hands in braces. Basically what happened, so I got a job for my voice acting team, and then I've been playing a lot of Minecraft and Muck at the same time, and I was like drawing and stuff, so my wrists have been like very, very worked. So yeah, they're just in braces, so it'll feel better very, very soon. Alright, today we are going to be reading Deer in Headlights. We're going to be reading Passerine as well. And we're going to be reading maybe a little bit of Heat Waves, but that's a maybe because Heat Waves is Heat Waves. I got the shrooms on. Hi, Small! Hello, I hope you're having a lovely day. I saw you join back the Discord server. I hope you're doing well. Hello. Hello. You're not late, don't you worry. We just started. Alright. First, we're going to read Deer in Headlights. But I got a physical Ow. I got a physical copy of Passerine. I can link you to like a video on how to get this because I don't think there's official copies, but like it's super, super pretty. I think it took about like 2 weeks to get here for shipping, and like it was actually a really, really good price. Alright, but we're gonna read Deer in Headlights first. Alright, first things first. Let's go over here. I'm dying though, it'll be a second till I'm out of bed. The vaccine has killed me. How long has it been since the vaccine? Yeah, the shrooms. Oh, by the way, Cam, I need a little bit of assistance. Shall I wear the shrooms or boba to your birthday? It's almost Cam's birthday, by the way. Can we get a happy early birthday to Cam and chat pretty, please? Alright, we have Deer in Spotlights here. It is a fic. I'll read in a little bit. But first things first, I want to show you. We have her branded. This is the new profile picture. It's beautiful. I got a commission from I don't exactly know how to say their name, but it's like at JOLL_BEES. It's so cool. I love it so much. Boba, okay, got you. Isn't it pretty? It's so lovely. I love the colors. And like, look, I made sure to put the mushrooms in there, so technically you guys are in there. Yay! Happy birthday, Cams! Heck yeah. Alright. So now that's out of the way, happy rebrand, everyone. This is like literally the 4th rebrand. It's gonna take a little bit of time to update everything, of course. I think I'm gonna be working on like a new offline screen soon, but you know, we're in the process of it because rebranding is really difficult. BEES. You can like faintly see it right here, but it's also in my bio if you want to go look at their art. Their art is super cool. It definitely stood out to me. Why is Sunkiss playing again? Hold on. Come in. Hi.
You eat this today?
Great.
Had some?
I can take more.
You want more?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Do you guys eat that for lunch?
Yeah. Bye. Mother Dactyl just came in. Mother Dactyl has delivered more grapes to me. I am delighted. I just dropped the old grapes. I got more grapes. That profile picture be Pog, though it is Pog. I love it so much. It's pretty funky fresh. Phone delay is not it, man. Oh dear golly gee. Alrighty, I got new grapes. Okay, Deer in Spotlights. It is a kneecap SMP, and it's like mixed with Dream SMP as well, fanfic. I can just read the... I'm just gonna read out like everything, the information on the fic. Alright, we have relationships, which is just Virity, which is Beloved and I. We have Mio and Vincent, which is Mio and Vincent. And apparently we have Dream Not Found in here too. And then we have Alternate Universe, Coffee Shops and Cafes, Alternate Universe Music, Fluff and Angst, Light Angst, Angst with Happy Ending, Miscommunication, Domestic Fluff, Established Relationships, Mutual Pining, Friends and Lovers, Gay Panic, Cuddling and Snuggling, Sharing a Bed, Going on Dates, Flirting, Long Distance Relationships, Long Distance Friendship, Slow Burn, Childhood Friends, Oblivious Idiots Actually in Love the Whole Time, Falling in Love, Hugs, Holding Hands, Best Friends, Love Confessions, Coronavirus Doesn't Exist, No COVID Pandemic, No Smut, Idiots in Love, Fluff, Secret Crush, Nightmares, Separations, and so much fluff. We will simply vibe. I don't know what to say, so I'll probably be quiet for a while. Don't you worry. We were just reading today, so there's not much to talk about. Okay, I got grapes. Alright, in the summary, I just finished chewing this grape. Oh, here's Red Passerine, by the way. It is kind of a story time for a lot of people because My streams tend to be really late for other people. Alright. The grapes are really good. You're the problem. I can't focus up there, Terry muttered under his breath, as if it was only for them to hear. She carefully wrapped her head between her arms and breathed out a tired sob. The cheers and screaming silently faded into pity whispers. Thought there was a bug on my desk. And all the excitement was drained, all for Vi to watch in horror as their best friend fell apart, wide-eyed like a deer in spotlights. Terry is a traveling musician and Vi is a cafe owner. The two of them grew up together before Terry grew popular for their music and traveled worldwide for concerts and performances. Several years pass, and when Terry finds out they get to travel to Vi's city for a concert, she is delighted. Little did they know this would mark the beginning of mixed emotions towards her childhood friend. Their friends Dream, George, Embers, Mio, Nikki, and Vincent had to watch as their friendship crumbled and blossomed into something a little bit more. Grapes. Grapes are so good. Okay, chat. Red or green grapes? I personally like green grapes because green grapes are a lot more like crunchy. Depends on depends on the season. Yeah, pass the line. Passerine, I believe. We'll read this after Deer and Spotlights if we have time, which we'll most likely do because I read fast. All right, and for notes. Terry and Vi have personally given consent to all things mentioned in the story. Very, very true. If at any point either of them are uncomfortable by any features included, I will delete this immediately. They are also minors. Please best listen. Music is really loud. Let me turn that down just a little bit. There we go. They are also minors. Please not push any explicit subjects or comments. Also, this is my first fic on AO3. We do love it. Green are so good. But grapes in general, super. Oh, chat, have you ever had frozen grapes before? Cotton candy grapes. Cotton candy grapes. Frozen grapes are delightful. Okay. Chapter 1. Both are great, but I prefer red. I personally like green because they tend to be more crunchy. We just don't have green grapes. Chapter 1, Duck Plushie. Summary, Terry finds out they get to visit their childhood friends after several years and is delighted. Story time, it is story time. By Cotton Candy Grapes. Okay. Hold on, let me just, there we go. A soft sigh ran out through the dressing room as who the fuck is Cherry? A soft sigh rang. Okay, my apologies, I'm really bad at reading. A soft sigh rang out through the dressing room as Terry dropped down on one of the seats with a thud. He ran a hand through his white hair, stuck together by the hairspray his hairdresser had put on. It had only been a few minutes after she was on stage, singing her heart out and wandering the stage to meet the fans that cheered for her songs. A small smile stretched from ear to ear as they reminisced a deafening screaming just a moment before. Even though they have heard it so many times before, it was something that they thought would never get old. You were great out there, a cheerful voice chirped from beyond the door. Thank you, Terry breathed out with a laugh, even though... Terry breathed out with a laugh even without even checking who it was. Surely she would know who she... I can't English today. Cherry. It's me, bitch, it's you! Grapes that taste like cotton candy. Hi, Star! Hello! We are illiterate, Your Honor. We are illiterate, Your Honor. Your earrings, I fucking love them. Also, your profile picture. Thank you, Star! Sorry I'm late. I'm listening to this while I do my math homework. I wish you luck with your math homework. That shit is hard. Don't you worry. I'm just gonna be reading some fanfics, so it's a good background thing. So don't you worry. Don't you worry. We are illiterate. Okay. Surely she would know what her manager would sound like by now. Embers had been accompanying Terry throughout their entire music career. She had also been by their side everywhere along the world tour. Embers took a moment to navigate the room before she chose a stool and sat down by Terry. Tough performance today? Embers chuckled with a hint of worry beneath her voice. You look out of it. With a hum, Terry shuffled in the seat so that her legs were pushed against her chest and her head hung slightly over the back of the seat. She shrugged with an incoherent noise. A little bit. He drew out the vowels. Someone threw a duck plushie at my face and I swear I saw God for a second. Well, cool profile picture. Thank you, Leaf Cup. Hi. Hello, Leaf. How you doing? I hope you're having a lovely day. Hello. Hello. We are reading a Kneecap SMP fic. It is a Variety Cafe musician AU fic. It is actually really, really good. I like it a lot. There is a few Dream SMP members in here too, so it does throw me off time to time. Yeah. Okay, where were we? Someone threw a duck plushie at my face and I swear I saw God for a second. Embers choked on her coffee in an attempt to laugh from that comment, to which Terry bit back a giggle to avoid killing their manager. Hey, what? A deeper voice questioned as he entered the room, a British accent stuck strongly on his tongue. His confused expression broke Terry's attempts to stay quiet as she bursted into a wheezed laughing fit. Embers gripped the side of the table and held a fist to her mouth as she tried her best not to spit out her drink while Terry continued to die. Hi, George. Where did George come from? I don't know. I don't understand, but whenever like a Dream SMP member gets introduced to the story, I'm like, where did you come from? Why are you here? It's so confusing. Goggy's here! Hi, George. Terry managed between her exasperated gasps for air. I, wheeze, saw God, and Embers was down on the floor again. It wasn't even the joke that was funny anymore, they were just laughing at each other. Help, I can't get out of my bed. I'm trying, but the vaccine hit me like a damn truck. Stay in bed. Get some rest, please. The vaccine is an ass. What? Dream repeated him. Dream? Dream hasn't even gone to the story yet. George. God, I'm tripping. Don't get out of bed. Yeah, the vaccine isn't a joke. Just look behind you and yeah, I don't know where Goggy came from. Goggy was just kind of like, hi, I'm now here. I exist and I'm about to make it everyone's problem. George, what? George repeated himself with a small smile hidden beneath his breath. Hi, I didn't mean to interrupt your passing away ritual. He leaned on the doorframe and laughed quietly to himself as he watched both of, I'm assuming them, writhing on the floor. George was another musician that Terry befriended on his tour through the UK. They grew close over the familiarity Why is this? Why am I doing a reading stream when I can't even read straight? I can't do anything straight here, my goodness. Familiar to that word of having friends that lived far away due to their travels. Eventually, the two of them decided to collaborate and wrote a few songs to perform together. George was always an ally that Terry looked up. I can't read. What? That word shouldn't be a thing. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Word that I can't say shouldn't be a thing. George was always an ally that Terry looked up to throughout his struggles of dealing with the pressures of their fans. There we go. Generally, they were pretty good friends. The laughing succumbed to soft giggles a few minutes later. Embers coughed a few more times before readjusting and collecting herself. Terry only sat on the floor face first, her breathing unsteady due to the lingering laughs that drew out. Too tired to be curious where we're going next? Embers raised an eyebrow at Terry. She knew it would perk his interest. George shifted across his arms against the doorframe. He showed a similar interest as Terry perked their head up from the ground in an instant. Nope. Where are we going, Miss Manager? I would say something like that. Passing away, though. Thank you. Virtual hug. This is the most relatable stream. Terry mused as Embers rolled her eyes. She double-checked her phone to make sure she had the right schedule. She grinned, a secret hidden beneath the eyes that creased with her smile. I know you'll be particularly fond of this one. Good job, me. She spoke quietly, amused by the curious eyes on her. Well, Terry pushed. She was sat crisscrossed on the ground, leaning more towards Embers in an eager manner. Embers laughed with a dismissive hand and got up from the stool, leaving both Terry and George pouting. How about we get ready for the airport first so we don't miss our flight? Embers spoke simply. Her response was met with whines and complaints. She only laughed at them and disappeared behind the door. With the hope of her return, Terry sighed and pushed themselves off the ground and back on their feet. She took a moment and dusted her lap off before she took a route down the hall. George quickly followed after them. Well, that was mean, he emphasized. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do a British accent. I hope you feel better. The vaccine side effects are shitty. They really are. They really are. Make sure to get some rest. Get plenty of rest. Plenty of rest. Does she always do that? Nope. But that kind of makes it more exciting, she attempted, despite being playfully annoyed himself. George shrugged and followed her into the next dressing room where another figure stood. Oh my god, it's Mio! Terry shot the figure a smile and waited before he dipped his head to fetch a small suitcase beneath the table. She dug through a few clothes that she packed. Some people showed up to the airport to see her off, so she threw together a casual fit. off to the airport soon? The new figure asked with a gentle smile. They picked up one of the many pallets of makeup scattered on one of the desks. Terry nodded, slipping an oversized hoodie he had stolen from one of his friends a while back. I'm assuming beloved. Bye, Cam. Go pass away peacefully. You get a good rest. Hope you feel better. We'll get some our happy early birthdays and get well soon, Cam's in chat, because Cam's birthday's coming soon and Cam is not feeling good. Come here, let me take your makeup off, the new figure offered, to which Terry smiled and sat down after adjusting her clothes. Thank you, Mio, she sighed softly, so worn out from the concert and seeing God. Mio was her hairdresser and stylist who had also been with Terry for a while. The two of them would often chat while Mio prepared Terry for each performance, and afterwards when they were rushing to get to the airport. Terry sat back as Mio worked through the wipes to get the layer of makeup off his face. George was leaning against the doorframe, busied by texting someone on his phone. Terry's eyes slowly fluttered closed as she drifted in her own thoughts. He missed his friends, and living a casual life as much as performing was fun. Their life was on the stage, but they wished it didn't keep them so far away from ... He should be fine tomorrow. Hopefully. Oh my god, happy early birthday, bestie. So lovely. Happy advanced birthday. Hope you get better. It sucks though, like that you don't feel very good like this, like close to your birthday. Alright, time skip. Go! Embers quite frankly screeched as they stumbled out of the car and into the airport. Terry had fallen asleep and they were slightly late for the flight. And by slightly, they were very late. They ran by flashes of cameras and cheers from a few fans. Despite it all being a blur to her, Terry smiled and attempted to wave between her paces and unsteady breathing. George was trailing behind, trying his best. Once everyone finally got through security and checking in, Terry collapsed on one of the seats in front of the gate. People were already boarding the plane, and Embers laughed at the two of them. George was on the floor, breath labored like he had just run the marathon, and Terry was almost passed out over the seat. People are boarding already, come on you babies. Ember snickered. George raised a hand and waved in defeat. Embers! Thank you! Thank you for subbing! Thank you for the 2 months! I love you! Weren't you like asking for a gifted sub yesterday? Weren't you asking for a gifted sub yesterday? I didn't think it would work, but it worked. Yay! Thank you, Embers! I love you! That's a sub goal! Yay! We get to play we get to designate a stream to playing Muck with chat because that's gonna be fun. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hello. I can do multiple hearts. Hello. Oh fuck. That'll be terrifying. It will be terrifying, but you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know, I thought the Vera SMP was gonna be chaotic, but I don't know about this one. Hi! You're Shrimp, right? Shrimp? What's Mug? It's the game that we played yesterday. It's kind of like this, it's kind of like this off-brand Minecraft in a way, though it gets like exponentially harder. So like it's pretty hard. It is Shrimp. Hello! Hi. How you doing? I hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome. Yes, I'm Shrimp. Hello. Do you want me to call you something else now? Because I can call you something else now if you'd like. I'm going to die in Muck. We'll be fine. We can die together. It'll be great. Okay. People are already boarding. Come on, you babies. Ember snickered. George raised a hand and raised a hand and waved in defeat. Give me a second, he wheezed. The trio shared a light laugh, mostly relieved that they didn't miss the flight to wherever they were going. You still haven't told us where we're even going, Terry breathed out between his attempts to catch his breath. Ember seemed to be re-enlightened to the fact and smiled. Okay, hi Shrimp, you can call me anything. Got you. I will call you, Shrimp for now, because that is what my memory has for me. Oh. It'll be fun. If you want to get Muck early, if you have Steam, it's free on Steam. So yeah, it'll be a fun stream. I'm eating grapes. I'm sorry. The grapes are really good. Okay. Ember seemed to be re-enlightened to the fact and smiled. We're going back to the States, she began as she gripped onto a carry-on. But so you'll probably be drinking a lot of coffee for the next week. Ember smiled and watched Terry's expression. Terry's expression took a moment to register the words. Why is English so hard? Okay, before I actually go, I slept from 1 p.m. to 7 a.m. because the light outside looks so much like oh my goodness gracious me. Oh no. Oh my goodness. States coffee, wait, exclamation point mark. Terry shot up in her seat and gripped Ember's shoulders gently. You don't mean, I think I do. Embers laughed out her response. Terry began to jump around in excitement. George watched, bewildered by Terry's newfound energy. Where? He asked quietly as to not interrupt Terry's mini celebration. Even though the question was directed towards Embers, Terry bounded over and quickly pulled George up from the ground. A sound of effort left her chest, and George was up, still confused. What's in the States with coffee? Terry tried again excitedly. She jumped up and down while Terry. She jumped up and down while George remained confused as ever. Good job, George. Embers drew a hand to her forehead at how oblivious George was. Terry wheezed out a laugh and gripped onto his arms to prevent gravity from taking him down. Dream, Vi, we're going to Florida. Apparently Beloved lives in Florida. Okay, misconception. A lot of people think that Beloved and I have like long distance friendship or something. That's like I'm just gonna assume that Beloved lives in Florida. Beloved and I actually like live closer than Cam and I together, so I find that really, really funny. Like everyone thinks that like Pandas and I like live super far away, but like in reality, I'm pretty sure we like live like literally 15 minutes away from each other. So I just found that really funny that most people thought that we were like we had some kind of like long distance friendship, and we've been friends since like elementary school. So yeah, it's been a few years, and I don't think a lot of people knew that. I find that so funny. Terry exclaimed, unable to keep the news to himself anymore. George seemed to lag for a moment before his jaw dropped to the ground. Oh my god, he whispered under his breath. It was only a matter of time before the both of them sped around down the terminal and into the plane in pure excitement. Embers laughed fondly and pulled the abandoned carry-ons after them. We just left Embers to carry the carry-ons. We do love that. Terry and George fought over the window seat for an agonizing few minutes, and in the end Terry was victorious and sat down, vibrating with excitement. Vibrating with excitement, okay. She pulled out her phone and debated whether she should tell Vi about her visit. She decided against it and leaned against the seat. The drowsiness quickly snuck up on her again. They breathed out happily and their eyes slowly closed. The sounds of the other people on the plane drowned out to his own thoughts. Eventually she let herself succumb to the exhaustion despite the excitement. After at least 3 years, they were about to see their best friend again, the one that she had grew up with through her childhood, and she could not wait. Yay! Just mom things. Alright, that was chapter 1, Duck Plushie. We have, I think there's 3 chapters so far. The author apparently sprained her wrist, so I can't really snap with the braces on, but there you go. Gonna play Muck and see how it is while listening to the stream. Gotcha. I wish you luck. I will say, playing Muck with other people is a lot more fun than solo Muck. But yeah, I wish you luck. Thank you for the virtual finger guns, pickle, and shrimp. Okay, next chapter. Next chapter, chapter 2, Caramel Macchiato. Caramel Macchiato. Summary is, Vi begins another day of work at the cafe with a little someone they miss on their mind. A little bit of Vi's POV and some Dream and Nikki content to enjoy. Vi is pronounced like pie, just with the V instead. Alright. The curtains let off small This chapter's already going splendid. The curtains let off small particles of dust as it was let down over the windows to cover the bright sun rays of the dawning morning. Vi sniffled quietly and yawned. They yearned for the soft feeling of the bed awaiting back at home, but alas, the cafe opened early in the morning to make do with early goers on their journeys to work. They took a towel and gently wiped down the counters one last time before turning on the open sign by the main door. Ready for another day? A small bright voice asked from the back room before she emerged behind the counter. Vi greeted her with a smile and nodded gently. It was hard getting out of bed today, I'll admit, Vi laughed quietly. How did you sleep last night? Oh my god, it's Nia too! It's Nikki! Before she could answer, the bells rang in the front and notified the two that customers were beginning to roll into the small cafe. Nikki gave us a small shrug with a smile to give a temporary answer, and then she took the space behind the cashier to take the customer's order. Vi left the front counter to clean the small stage area that the cafe had. Some small musicians would come in to perform sometimes. Business would be the busiest and most enjoyable those days. They were an enjoyer of music, especially live music. Gotta go, Mom. Sorry for staying for a short while. I got school. Yeah, good luck with school. I wish you luck with that. Unfortunately, school's starting soon, so understandable. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Wish you luck with that. Bye bye bye. Love you platonically. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye byes. Where were we? They were an enjoyer of music, especially live music. Oh my god, it's Dream! Nikki chirped. Dream, Nikki chirped as a ridiculously tall, dirty blonde man walked through the doors. I thought it said with a gun. Through the doors of the cafe with a grin. Don't. Dream? Don't do that. please don't do that. But I also smiled brightly and greeted the man. Dream was a regular that often visited the cafe. They knew him from another close friend. Dre? It's Dre. Oh my goodness. Hey Nikki, hello Vi. He chuckled while he took his wallet out from his back pocket as Nikki punched in his order. Everyone already knew what he was going to order. Caramel macchiato with extra drizzle. It reminded Vi of someone she missed ever so dearly. Oh my god, is that me? Oh my god. Caramel macchiato was a drink they made almost every day for their best friend years ago. These movements and steps were burned into their memory and brought back feelings of nostalgia to them. She missed her best friend. Funny part is, I've actually never had a caramel macchiato before. I ordered the green tea frappuccino at Starbucks. I've never had a caramel macchiato before. While writing Dream's name onto the sticker that was plastered onto the plastic cup, they reminded themselves to text Terry later. They talk every day with hopes of meeting up after so many years of being unable to see each other. Vi slid the cup onto the pickup counter. Caramel macchiato for the green bitch. Vi grinned as Dream rolled his eyes and lifted himself from his seat. It was an inside joke from one Halloween they celebrated together. You're never going to let that go, are you? Dream asked, but it didn't really sound like a question. A light laugh was shared among the two as Dream punched a straw to the top of the cup. It was your fault for using regular paint for your cosplay or whatever. Vi laughed while they reminisced the old memory. That stuff didn't come out for how long again? Dream rolled his eyes and held up his fingers while he counted. 5. The paint didn't come out for almost a week. Vi was never going to let go of that. Dream gave one last wave when he noticed how the cafe became busier. Vi quickly rushed back to Nikki's side to help out with drinks and orders. The cafe fell into its normal cozy routine. Teenagers piled in during the afternoon during their lunch break, and others were busy on their laptops with work. Dream kept quiet and busy in the same corner of the cafe. Vi assumed it was another coding project. Vi was getting into a rhythm of things, only distracted by a familiar sound on the TV. They turned in excitement to see their best friend on the screen. It was a snippet of a concert they performed in the UK just the night before. They watched fondly as Terry's eyes lit up with passion. They bounded across the screen with the microphone held close to his lips. George was sat further up the stage playing his guitar. Dream chuckled in the corner of the cafe. He was also watching. Oh my gosh, Dream not found! Oh my god! It was interesting. Vi was best friends with one of her best friend's best friends, and vice versa. It was a close-kept friend group that was brought together by pure luck. The sound of bells brought them back to reality. Nikki was first to notice their slightly dazed expression. Have you talked to Terry recently? Terry asked Nikki asked quietly while she worked on a drink on the back table. Sort of. They weren't online last night, though. Vi replied quietly, a hint of disappointment buried under the hushed volume. He was probably worn out from the concert. She looked like she was having a lot of fun. Vi glanced back up at the TV to see Terry smile and wave before they were lowered down into the stage. They only turned away when a commercial break came on. I wouldn't be surprised if he was on a plane too, Nikki commented. Hopefully they come somewhere here so we can go watch them. The idea of being able to finally go to their best friend's concert warmed their heart. Vi's only response was a silent, yet meaningful nod. Orders continued to pour in and drinks were swiftly made and sent out. Every caramel macchiato reminded them of the cheerful personality that somehow brightened their world in every way possible. She couldn't wait for that day to finally come where they can talk without a screen to cut through again. They quickly glanced up at the main door to see that no one was there yet, and quickly they pulled up their phone and opened Discord. Oh my god, Discord! Beloved said, "Hi Terry, I saw your performance on TV. You look like you had fun." They waited a few moments for a response, only to be met with the disappointment that Terry remained offline. The bells rang and Terry perked up with a customer service smile. She chirped a welcoming. Vi tucked their phone away into one of the several pockets that were sewn into the aprons. The order consisted of another caramel macchiato. They smiled somewhat sadly and went to make the drink. "Your girlfriend not responding to you?" Dream's voice suddenly interrupted their train of thought. Vi looked up to see Dream idling by the end of the counter with a stupid grin. Everything that Dream has been, like, described as is just, like, stupid. Caramel macchiato for the green bitch. Oh my goodness. He checked his phone before looking back up with a sigh. George isn't either. They're probably on a plane, Dream inquired. Vi simply nodded in agreement. They wondered where Terry could possibly be going for a plane ride to take that long. She usually would tell them where she was going. As if the world was listening to their thoughts, a commercial break came back with the commercial break came to an end with another clip of Terry. George and Terry were running Mach 4 down the airport, and Vi couldn't help but laugh. Dork. They whispered under their breath with a sigh of relief. It wasn't normal that Terry was so secretive of his whereabouts. It really wasn't their place to worry about it, but they couldn't help it. Dream seemed to also take relief from the news and returned to his seat by the window. Vi yawned and glanced at the time. They were due to go on break in a few minutes. Content with both pieces of news, she turned to get back to work. Just as they were about to pick up a rack, a familiar tune played from their pocket, completely distracted again. Vi quickly took the phone out of the secure pocket and scrambled to unlock it. There's no work being done at this cafe. Pandas! Hi! Sorry, I was on a plane. Crying face. Vi smiled fondly at the nickname. It originated from the two of them comparing themselves to yin and yang. Opposites, but somehow they get along perfectly. They wouldn't want it any other way. "Hello Terry, how was your flight?" "It was good. I finally beat George up and got the window seat. The ocean was pretty." "Oh? Are you back in the States? It seemed like a long flight." "Yep, I'm gonna take a nap though. George snores too loud." Vi giggled quietly. They were aware that the cafe was still busy. However, Nikki understood the assignment and managed the cafe for the time being. Tell Dream to text. Tell him to text Dream back before you do. Sleep well, Terry. Vi let themselves sink into the table, a hand cupped over one cheek, and to lean the weight of their head into. She waited the next response and watched the typing bubbles bounce eagerly. Whipped. "Will do, if he's awake. I wouldn't be surprised if he isn't." "You're not wrong. I hope I can come to one of your concerts soon. You always look like you're having so much fun." Smiley face. Gotta include the smiley face. The conversation fell silent a little bit after that. Vi stood confused and watched for Terry to start typing. For a moment they thought he might have fallen asleep then and there. "You will soon, don't worry. I'm going to sleep now. Bye-bye." Vi chuckled softly at her enthusiasm and went to type again. "Love you, pandas." Time seemed to stop for those seconds. The whole world didn't feel like it mattered at that time. It was only Vi and Terry, Terry and Vi. They both enjoyed every conversation with each other, even though they bickered every other sentence. Vi felt warmth spread deep in their chests, and with a small smile they typed back. They typed a quick response so they can go back to help with the drinks. "Love you too, Terry." They're both whipped. We do love them. We're being wives, Your Honor. Hold on, I'm getting some pings. I forgot about my pings. Hold on. Okay. There you go. Wait. Hold on, one more thing. Okay, there we go. Alright, and this is the last chapter that is posted so far. Chapter 3, Home Sweet Home. Bye Terry, I have to go collect your stream. Thank you, Star. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye bye. Love you platonically. Hope to see you again very, very soon. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye byes. Alright. Dear in Spotlight's Chapter 3, Home Sweet Home. Summary: Terry lands in Florida and is reminded of their childhood with Vi. Notes: I've been told that Terry calls Vi pandas and Vi calls Terry snowcoat. Don't touch me, I'm soft. Literally, like, once Chapter 2 came out, because I was like, because that was when the nickname like really came out. Because the nickname existed, I just haven't used it yet, and now I'm using it. Beloved was like, I kind of want a nickname for you, and so we're trying to think of things, and so we ended up with Pandas and Snow Coat. So it was really cute. Okay. Oh, I think the plane landed. Okay. I don't remember. I read this before, but it's been a hot minute. Okay. Alright. An announcement from the pilot overhead drew Terry from his deep slumber. He exhaled softly and blinked awake. The soreness in his shoulders became apparent. George was still passed out beside Terry, so they gently punched his side. "How? What is wrong with you?" George murmured, with sleep still caught in his voice. Put on your seatbelt before you fly out the window," Terry mused with a sleepy grin. George rolled his eyes, but he did just that. Terry settled back down in the seat. He opened the window beside him and watched as the airplane slowly descended to the airport below. Jet lag was an ass. Even though it was still fairly bright outside, he felt an unpleasant drowsiness sneak up on his back. With a thud, the airplane touched the ground and began to slow down. The flight was very long, and as much as everyone wanted to get up and stretch their legs from the cramped seats, Terry just wanted to fall back asleep. "Wakey wakey eggs and bakey, you two," Embers chuckled quietly, as not bother everyone else around them. "Weren't you two bounding like restless puppies before we left?" "That was before we crossed an ocean," Terry yawned again. "I'm excited. Just tired." Ahem. George nodded, still half asleep. With another announcement from the pilot, everyone applauded for the successful landing. Both Terry and George clapped, but neither of them made a sound. People stood up to grab their carry-ons, eager to get off the plane and explore all that Florida had to offer. The trio decided to sit back and wait so it wouldn't be as crowded. I've only been to Florida once. I think that's like probably the furthest I've traveled so far. I really want to go out of the country sometime though. Like to parts of Asia, maybe even the UK and stuff. I don't know. I like traveling. The warmth of the sun that seeped in through the small airplane window was enough for Terry to rub their eyes awake. They grabbed their phone and turned off airplane mode to a million notifications. Go on a trip to my house! Wait for September, I'll be there. September? Is it September or is it? I don't remember when it is. I'm closer than Asia. You know, 3 hours is a little bit less than a whole flight across the ocean, I'll be honest. a 3.5 hour drive. That does sound lovely. If I had my driver's license, I'd be on my way. One in particular caused Terry to sit up and gasp audibly. "Hi Terry, just saw your performance on TV, you look like you had fun." Embers already grabbed a few carry-ons from the storage compartment above them. Terry typed eagerly to make the conversation as long as possible. "Pandas, hi, sorry I was on the plane. I got my driver's license." She was delighted to find that Vi was already online and typed back shortly after she sent the first message. "Hello Terry, how was your flight?" We already read this part, so I'm just gonna skip it. Most of it was the truth. George did snore incredibly loud, but Terry was passed out the entire plane ride. The fatigue was probably from the night before, and the fact that their only sleep was on an uncomfortable plane seat. She smiled warmly. George awkwardly climbed out from the middle seat of their place on the plane, signaling that the conversation had to come to an end soon. "Will do, if he's awake. Wouldn't be surprised if he isn't, blah 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 blah. Hope I can come to one of your concerts soon. You always look like you're having so much fun." Terry just remembered at that moment that they haven't told Vi that they were in Florida yet. They smiled excitedly and went to type again. "Come on Terry, the plane's almost empty already," George insisted when he realized Terry was still seated in the far corner. Terry made another incoherent noise and quickly stuffed her face back towards her phone. Reading fanfics? Okay. Fanfic has such a bad name. I personally love reading fanfic. Cause there's so many underrated authors out there. Like fanfic is basically just like this platform. I don't know, there's like really good authors out there. Like a lot of people know fanfic for like smuts and stuff. But the thing is like there's such good stories. There's so much good writing out there. It just has like such. I was expecting lewd. Yeah, that tends to be like the first impression that everyone has on like fanfic and stuff. But the thing is like there's so much good writing out there like without smut or anything. Every time I hear fanfic, someone is just shipping me with a dude. Oh dear. It's fine. This fanfic is about us. It's all good. It's all good. You will soon. I'm going to sleep now. Bye bye. With ushered eyes of both George and Embers on them, they quickly scrambled out of their seat. They stood in the aisle of the plane and grabbed onto the bag that they brought onto the plane and swung it over their back. Without much thought, Terry typed out one last message before they turned off their phone. They turned their phone off and bounded after George and Embers. They were already close to the plane exit. Lovely pandas. There was a pause of silence for a few moments. Terry stood on his toes to peek over George as they stood in the line of people by the exit. There was a small buzz in his pocket where his phone sat. Love you too, Terry. They're being wise, Your Honor. Okay. The moment Terry stepped out, this is like a lot more like, I don't know. A lot of the other episodes tend to be like more like dialogue driven. This one has a lot more like actual like narration. I kind of like it. The moment Terry stepped out of the chill airport, the humidity hit everyone like a train. He took a deep breath and took a moment to close his eyes. The uncomfortable and sticky feeling of the ridiculous humidity felt familiar. It had been a few years since Terry had been in Florida. They grew up here, but they have been away from home for so long. It felt oddly human to be back again and away from the spotlights. They were brought back to reality when George groaned beside them, obviously not used to the heat or the humidity. God, how did you maniacs live here? I think I'm dying. George exaggerated. He drew a hand over his forehead to rid a layer of sweat that already built under his hairline. Terry simply snickered with a warm feeling of the sun hitting his skin. They did not get enough sun in the UK. They quickly reminded themselves that they were still here for professionally, and it was just nice to have a place that felt like home for once. It was tough to constantly travel out sometimes. You both look like you're ready for the hotel, Empress calmed gently. She took note of the dark circles beneath Terry's eyes. Those were always covered by makeup. She frowned at the sight of it. While she was relaxed at the idea of how content Terry looked right now, she made sure to let Terry have a much-needed break soon. One in Florida would be even more relaxing. On the ride to the hotel, Terry let his head lean on the side of the car. He gazed out of the window at the world that passed them. Some buildings were familiar, yet so much has changed ever since. A small cafe passed his field of vision. It was quick to bring joyful memories back to Terry. The Magic Shop. It was his best friend's cafe. That is a BTS reference. They have a song called Magic Shop. It's a really good song. Before Terry started on their journey of fame, they would go there every day. But I would listen to them ramble about their growth and excitement, and she would always make the perfect caramel macchiato. Again, I have never had a caramel macchiato before. Terry exhaled softly as she reminisced all the memories she missed here ever so dearly. She missed ever so dearly here. I mixed up the words. She couldn't wait to embrace her best friend again. She couldn't wait to taste her favorite drink again. She was all high and giddy in her emotions. She could care less about George's constant complaining the whole way to the hotel. Oh hey, that's the cafe, isn't it? Embers commented cheerfully, even though she knew Terry was already aware of it. Where? George practically pushed himself against the window as if it would let him see better. That's right. George and Dream have never seen each other. That was another reason to be excited. Terry sighed softly. As excited as they were, where? Question mark. In all caps. As excited as they were barely hanging on a slither of energy. Their head nodded off to the sides when the car made turns. They would abruptly shoot back up before inevitably slipping back down. They heard the shudder of a camera. It was probably George. He had a whole folder dedicated to a variety of blackmail he swore would come in handy one day. The moment Terry was able to get her hands on her personal room key, she frantically rushed to the elevator. She tugged her suitcases down the hall and slapped the key against the sensor until it turned green. Sounds of muffled effort and struggle left their chests as they threw off their hoodie. They pulled on a clean hoodie they stole from Vi a few years back. Surprisingly, they never grew out of it. They collapsed on the bed shortly after with a sigh of pure relief. They pulled out their phone and pointed the camera towards their face. Half of her face was buried in the sheets with a small smile. She took a picture and posted on Twitter. Landed safely. Good night. Heart. She watched as the likes and comments poured in for a moment. She smiled at the hearts and goodnight wishes. Times like these she wondered how she got so lucky. A small reply caught her eye between all the chaos that broke loose. Vivity replied, sleep well, snow goat. Oh, that's such a cute nickname. Heart. A heart. Another heart. smelled even wider with a newfound warmth that took over his body. He turned off his phone with a small giggle and turned over to cover himself in the sheets. Good night, Snow Goat. He repeated out loud to himself before his eyes fluttered shut. The drowsiness overtook him once again, and they rejoined the realm of dreams once again. Who's ready for angst? That is Deer in Spotlight so far. It is. I liked it. I like where it's going. Cafe AUs have my heart. Embers, could you possibly hop and call and entertain the stream, because I do need to use the restroom. I do need to go use the restroom. Can you hop in streaming one real quick? I'll track you in. I do need to take a momentary leave. Embers! Ebbo! I need to go to the restroom. Ember's scary? Why is Ember scary? What?
I'm scary. I'm the best fucking manager you've ever seen.
Embers is the best manager.
I'm the best manager. I take all the carry-ons when Terry and George leave it.
When we fucking book it down the terminal and
By the way, not thrilled, but I know y'all are just excited.
Here, well, we can remake the whole thing when we travel to go meet Meko or something.
Oh my god.
Leave me with the carry-on. Intimidating?
Great. I mean, I don't mind being intimidating. That's actually.
I mean, it's not too bad of a trait.
That's a compliment.
That's a maybe. Hi, hello, welcome.
2J.
2J. Do you have something that you want to be called by, rather than that? Because I have. At the moment that you just joined the VC, I don't need to use the restroom anymore. Do you want to stay here?
I would love to stay here. I was actually gonna ask if I could be in the call and just kind of sit there and just listen in live.
Because my throat is currently perishing at the moment. I haven't read this much in a really long time.
Oh, I see.
Also, it's getting hot, so I'm gonna take off my blanket. The blankie mode has been off. Arrow works fine. Gotcha. You'll be right back. Take your time. Take all the time you need. Alright. I'm gonna also put chapstick on. You may perhaps want to take turns reading episodes so my voice can take a break.
That's fine. Just share your screen with me so I'm not delayed on your stream.
Okay. We are reading Passerine next. I'm putting chapstick on.
Oh, I haven't read this yet, so this is
Oh, you
gonna be
haven't?
good.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be
Hold
great.
on.
Welcome back, 2J.
It is really hard to type with an arm brace on. 2 as a matter of fact.
2 as a matter of fact.
Hold on. I need to go find the bookmark. I'm not logged in to my account. Hold on, let me just find it.
This is just tragic.
This is tragic.
This is tragic.
It's at Embers. Yes, it is Embers and Call. Yes.
I am me.
Did I put
I was
it
also in the fanfiction.
Did I put it in
you
Girl
like my
Talk?
character?
Where's Passerine?
You put Deer in Spotlights in Girl Talk.
I remember pinning something. Passerine. Does anyone remember who Passerine is by? Hold on,
just look at the hashtags.
I have the book.
Hello. Hello, chat.
No, it's just a cover design. No.
It's just a cover design.
It's just
if I can find it on my phone, I can just read it from my phone.
No, the book author is Theseus. God damn it.
Welcome home, Theseus.
Welcome home, Theseus.
Oh my god, Jeopardy! Okay, the Jeopardy episode that we watched today, we're like 2 weeks behind. Keep that in mind. The episode that we watched today, one of the questions was about Theseus, and about Theseus' wife. What's the name of Theseus' wife? Theseus had 2 wives, and I said the wrong one.
Oh.
I'm so upset. I did so much research on Theseus
I found it.
Tommy's exile arc, because I was like, oh my god, Tommy's gonna get thrown off a mountain, and he's gonna die just like Theseus. He was exiled by his own people.
I found it. Okay.
You found it? Okay.
Passerine. Alternate universe royalty found family, but make it Ink Sleepy Boys, Ink Tommy and Wilbur are princes, and Technoblade is a pharaoh god, and that Phil's picked up from the woods. That's it. That's the fic. Mentions of Techno's voice. Hold on, let me show my screen to you.
Yes, please.
I'm going. I'm going.
'Cause I can't read behind your face in the fan art.
Mm-hmm. There we go. I haven't read Passerine yet. All right, you are in
Me
for a
neither.
treat. Literally, Passerine was so good that I literally got a physical copy of it. It was that good, and I'm gonna reread it again, like literally 3 times. All right. When mentions of Techno's voices, Wilbur also has voices. Techno decides to help because he has nothing better to do, or so he says. No beta, we die like Lamamberg, hurt/comfort, character death, specific tags found in chapter. Okay. Passerine. Sick. Hold on, let me turn you up a little bit because you're so low from that one time from the dungeon quest.
Because I'm loud, yeah.
No,
Also,
because it was like
I'm so mad because my mic cut out when I was saying what the fuck's a Pithmer, and I knew it was gonna happen.
I was so
upset.
sad.
We hyped that shit up for months.
We did. There's a physical copy. It's not official, but I can like link. I'll probably like put a link on how to get the physical copy on like Twitter later. So if you want to see that, then I'll probably put it there. All right. Let's just read the summary real quick. I understand that you heard the place you loved was in trouble, so you came back, but why didn't you take me? Here it was at last. I don't know how to speak, or something close to it. I would have hunted them down with you. Those are the people who did that to you, your town. I would have given you your vengeance on a silver platter. I would have given you the world. Philza didn't look guilty, he just looked tired. I didn't hunt them down, though. Or that fic where Techno and Phil are old immortals and Tommy and Wilbur are decidedly not. Oh my goodness. Chapter 1.
It's like an angsty fic and it's like hilarious.
It is. I don't know, the notes are just really funny, but like the fic made me cry.
Great.
Chapter 1. Like a fox to burrow, like an eagle to an airy. Summary, the voices lead him to kingdoms and shires and towns. It didn't matter what they offered him in return. The voices didn't demand coin, they demanded blood. He fought for bold men and stupid men, greedy kings and starry-eyed rebels. He fought for armies doomed to fail and dragged them into the light of glory. He had lost count of how many allies he'd fought beside. After a time, their names and faces had faded into the recesses of his hazy memory. And then there was the Angel of Death, or Eternity, Empires, Emperors that ruled them. Okay, do you want to read this one?
Okay. Watch my mic like cut out because it does that.
Alright.
Yeah. He must have had a life before this. A mother, a father, a home, maybe sisters or brothers. But it had been so long, too long, and now we all knew what was this bloody game. His hands knew no other shape than fists curled tightly around a sword, swinging eternally, finding its mark through skin and bone. Wow, that's like hard to breathe doing this? Okay.
I forget to breathe while
I'll just
reading.
lay back for this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They all tried to run, of course. They built walls and cowered in corners, but he always found them. Sometimes they begged. Sometimes they chose to jump off cliffs rather than face his reckoning. And sometimes they stared back at him with eyes as empty as his own and welcomed death with open arms. Those were the ones he envied the most. Technoblade never dies, they whispered around campfires and funeral pyres. He prayed that wasn't true. The voices led him to kingdoms and shires and towns. It didn't matter what they offered him in return. The voices didn't demand coin, they demanded blood. He fought for bold men and stupid men, greedy kings and starry-eyed rebels. He fought for armies doomed to fail and dragged them into the light of glory. He had lost count of how many allies he'd fought beside. After a time, their names and faces had faded into the recesses of his hazy memory. And then there was the Angel of Death. He was one of the very few people with a reputation that matched Technoblade's. He heard of the Angel through whispered stories and snatches of tavern gossip. I heard he has obsidian wings, one patient would say to another over a cup of ale. I heard he once massacred an entire army, all by himself. He makes even the Green God afraid.
Green God. Oh.
I wonder who that is.
I wonder who's green. Oh.
And a god.
And a god? I wonder who that is. No one could predict it.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Alright. Technoblade had begun to imagine a ruthless man, an immortal butcher with the same wretched grin as his. But Filza was not an avenging angel. She was just Filza. They'd met by coincidence in a land of ice and snow. It was barren, but they'd make quick work of it. Together, first as allies, then as friends. Through it all, Filza had smiled instead of grinned, laughed instead of cackled. On calmer days, they'd whiled away time with tea and chess and silent meditations that quieted the screaming in Techno's head, if only for a little while. You know, Techno had said during one of their sparring matches, they had to stay in shape, of course, because peace times never lasted as long as people hoped. The stories never talk about this side of you. Filza had paused, a small, amused smile on his face. Oh? He said. What do the stories talk about then? They call you the Angel of Death. Techno dug his heels in as Filza resumed an onslaught of blows with his dulled sword. They said, you leave a path of destruction in your wake that nothing... Ha. Techno...
Ha!
Ha.
Ha.
Oh, I didn't mute your stream because I can hear myself. Ha.
Ha.
Ha. It's like when you go,
Ha.
ba.
Ba. Ba.
Ba. This is why you don't put me in your calls.
Oh, this is fun. This makes the stream 10 times better.
Oh, good, good, great. It's 'cause
Well, I
I'm here.
should have had you in here to read your lines.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
I don't even hear my voice when reading my own lines.
Me neither.
Okay. Water's been drank. Feeling good.
We're good. I was trying to take a peel off the stick off the grape, but then I just ripped off a shit ton of skin off the grape.
Oh, I hate when it does that.
It's not crunchy.
Maybe you should have eaten the stick.
I got this, guys.
Gosh.
Where were we?
After ha.
Ha.
Okay. Techno parried and went on the offensive. That nothing is sacred to you. Their blades met. They pushed against each other, trying to gain an upper hand, but it was only because they were standing so close that Techno noticed the shift in Phil's eyes, a momentary coldness that was as brutal as the blizzard raging outside. It was there and gone in an instant. Light returned, and Philza laughed as he pushed back against Techno's sword. The Roomba's outside, I'm sorry.
I think I'm gonna go to sleep. Sleep is calling me. Good night, Gender Bartender. Hope you have a lovely rest of your night. Thank you for joining us for this reading stream. Love you. Platonically. Hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye-byes. And
Bob
bye, Arrow,
Burnham.
as well.
Leave.
It's really late for me. I'm gonna sleep. Bye-bye. Love you platonically. Thank you for joining us. Bye-byes.
Let me collect my sweet peas.
Sweet peas. Are you saving up for anything in particular?
Am I? Wait, hold on. Let me look at your options here. Perhaps.
Almost out of grapes.
I might be saving up for something.
I'm
But I also
assuming
just want to be super cool. And
probably the same thing everyone else is saving up for.
the Nico Nico Ni.
Mm-hmm. I did it once for literally a follow.
That's awful.
And then it's forever haunted me since.
Well,
It was a horrible mistake.
well, it happens sometimes.
Never do it. Never.
The things you do
never
for
it.
subs and follows.
I mean,
and
someone
views.
donated yesterday, and I said, "Ada, ada."
Ada, ada.
Ada, ada.
It only makes sense for me to do it because I'm the older. It's always like the older sister or whatever, right? Like animes, something like that.
I don't watch anime,
Oh,
but
I
I
do.
think so.
It's something like that. Like
Something like that.
something like that. Where am I? I said sword. That's right. Okay. Stories are curious things. Yeah. Bilza said as he swung again, barely giving Techno time to dodge. Some of them are true. He moved so quickly. Techno could do nothing but stand there as Philza rushed him with a hilt to the ribs,
Ow.
knocking Techno backwards onto onto the training room floor. Techno scrambled to his knees, but Philza was already standing over him with his sword held high above his head, his eyes glimmering with an emotion Techno couldn't place. For once in his immortal life, kneeling there in front of the first person he called friend, Technoblade felt hunted.
Oh. Oh,
Get hunted,
snap.
bitch.
Get hunted, bitch.
Get hunted, bitch. I can't do it as well as Cam can, but Cam
Get-
can. Can you do the Cam can? Cause you know that I.
Oh my god.
The can is actually really hard. It's so hard. Oh, I'm thinking back to my jazz days. Okay.
Understandable.
Crying. My mic doesn't pick up any of my like whines. Yeah,
I got you. I'll do it for you.
because I can turn off my noise suppression, but like.
She just died. Embers.
Know what I did?
You just died.
Don't know what I did.
It's like, I think I can turn off my noise suppression, and I just hear you leave. Like, what?
Well, I turned it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's like all of a sudden my Discord just stopped working, and I was like, what? What am I doing?
Oh, we do love breaking Discord. Alright.
Okay, get hunted on, bitch. Okay. And then Philza lowered his weapon. He smiled gently down at Techno, the soft smile Techno was used to, and offered Techno a gloved hand. And some of them are not. Philza finished. So, best of 2? Of 3? I don't know what I said here.
Best of 2
out of 3?
Of 3?
I covered
Being
it, it's
illiterate. Let's go.
fine. Hey, I'm not as illiterate as I used to be. Like, reading in school was awful.
Oh my goodness. I
That
mean,
was
reading
so
out loud is horrid.
It's awful, especially in a classroom full of like 30 kids that like only want to make fun of you.
I just realized how big classrooms are. Like, well, usually my classes have like 32 students.
Mine
Like, I
had like
one
40.
40. It's like awful.
Yeah, most of our classes had 42 because we were like, our school was a middle school, so it was like a small ass campus. So
Didn't
we
we
would
look
try
at
to
it like
fit
at each
more.
other's schools? Oh,
Yeah, we
like,
did.
that one date, that was fun.
You showed me your school and I said, what the fuck? And then I showed you my school and you were like, what the fuck? Because our PE field is bigger than the entire school itself.
Uh-huh. Oh man,
So, yeah.
that was fun. That was like that. It feels like that was long ago though.
That was the second, that was like the second day we were friends. Or the third day.
We just trusted each other off the bat.
Because on the first day you sent me your face, Cam sent me their face, you showed me your feet. And then like a few days later, we were like, oh, why don't we like well, first it was like, let's show each other our school. And then Cam was like, I wonder if I can find my house from here. And I was like, what? I'm on the, do you want me to like click off? And they were like, no, it's fine. and then you're like, oh, find my house.
And then we ended up going to your house too.
and then we went to my house too. I showed you my old one first because you could actually see it, and then my new one, which is just a dirt lot.
Yes, we do love our Humblabad dirt. Welcome to my Humblabad. Today we are eating dirt.
Why are you eating my house?
What are you doing in my house? lot to read.
This is why you shouldn't have had me in the call.
This is fine. I'm pretty sure chat's having a lovely time.
Best of two?
Best
Of three?
Of three?
It's best of 2 out of 3.
Good job.
You just say best of 3, but like, okay.
Hmm.
Anyways. You're a bastard. I had to pause. I knew you were gonna laugh. Techno said playfully, even as the voices screamed, "Run, run, run." He took Silva's offered hand and pulled himself up beside that man that he was sure could have cut him into two, no matter how dulled the sword's edge was. As Filza patiently moved Techno through all the things he'd done wrong, small things like foot placement and his hilt grip being an inch off, Techno found it equal parts amusing and frightening that despite his eons of bloody fighting, it only took a few minutes of sparring for Filza to find flaws in his technique. But then again, Techno's technique wasn't particularly polished. It took only one brutal swing to fell most people. Something told him that Filza would be harder to kill than that. I'm trying to scroll even though it's not mine.
Hi Tyler, hello, hello, how you doing? Hope your day is going lovely. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? We're reading fanfic.
Waka waka waka. That's me making fun of you. Because you said welcome, 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 so I went waka waka waka, like in Pac-Man.
Waka 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 waka
Waka waka waka waka waka waka waka hamana 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 hamana.
Oh my
We
goodness.
switch gears really fast, anyway. Okay.
Welcome to us.
Welcome to the Conquered Nations. He and his golden-haired friend. They were bathed in glory. Twin gods shining in the middle of a bloody field. Of bloody fields. I'm really gonna correct their grammar.
Okay, this is AO3. It's a fanfic.
Okay,
Cut
but
them some slack.
They should have better grammar here, okay? Because the place that doesn't have good grammar is Wattpad. Where are we? AO3.
True.
Grammar needs to be fixed.
True, true.
I make great points.
Okay,
Anyway.
but I will say AO3 is better than Wattpad. I refuse to use Wattpad.
Well, obviously, I read Wattpad just because it's cringe as fuck. And I like to look at the cover pictures.
Golgi woggy.
Go gay, wo gay.
If someone
Okay.
comes up to me like that, I will simply
Okay.
smush them into the carpet and cry.
Oh, go gay, cherry, very. I love how it just took a second. I literally clicked off of Discord to watch your reaction slowly fade in. Because I was waiting for it to set.
I'm back from playing Mug. How was it, Spider? Hope you do it. I hope it was fun. How'd you
I
do?
hope he didn't die on the third day. Anyways,
Terry.
we haven't even gotten through the first episode of this.
We haven't. At least we read the entirety of Deer and Spotlights.
Yeah, no shit, right?
But that was without distractions. We're not even halfway through this chapter.
Where are we not? Oh fuck, no we're not. Okay, I'm gonna speedrun this. Okay,
Go, go, go.
where did I start? Oh, Bloody Fields, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But as their empire grew, so did their enemies. They came in droves, day after day, and long before Techno had forgotten what peace tasted like. The days were long and the nights were longer. Every flicker of movement was a spy in the shadows. Every ally was a potential traitor. Every word was a declaration of war. Their home had become a target for 1,000 armies. Through it all, his one constant was Filza, until he wasn't. Technoblade simply looked up one day from a map detailing enemy lines and realized he'd been talking to empty air. He had no idea how long he'd been alone, sitting in a dusty library with stale tea untouched in the corner. He had no idea if Filza ever said he was leaving, or if he simply went as he arrived suddenly, swiftly like a snowstorm. Afterwards, there was hardly any point of maintaining the Empire. The voices were getting bored anyway. They wanted more. A fresh fight, more stories. So Techno took his sword and his shield and abandoned ship. He'd done it a million times before. But the thought of a chessboard lying unused in a crumbling castle made him feel something close to regret. Technoblade wandered the world, trying to appease the voices. Neither of them were ever satisfied. No matter how much chaos he dealt, there was always more work to be done. So he worked. He had no idea for how long. All he remembered from that bloody time was a sense of unfulfillment, like a story had been left unfinished halfway through. Years, decades, maybe more. It hardly mattered. In the end, he knew it would all be the same. The world would end, and he would remain, always fighting, always alone.
Phil
He
will
didn't
come
know
back.
what...
No,
What,
Phil
come
will
back?
Come back.
Philva, no!
No!
Philva!
Philza! You're fine! Philza!
Is that what that sounded like?
I have learned murder.
Philva!
I'm so proud of you, Spider. I'm so
Look
proud of you.
out!
That one actually cut out less than it did the first time.
Really?
I just
Oh, you
realized
hear
the
all my
music
voice
is not going well with the story whatsoever.
What song is it?
It's
Oh,
like
Rooftop Run?
Run. Like Phil's gone and it's like doo doo doo.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
I don't have any music though. Here, we'll just play like Jubilee line or something.
Oh, there's a reason.
London puts tires on the tube lines. There's a reason. The London puts fares on the rails. We need to do another karaoke stream soon.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Maybe
It actually worked out with me doing the music because then you were singing with me,
Mm-hmm.
which made it on time for your stream.
I can stream the thingy for your stream if you want to.
That's true.
Yeah.
I just like cracked my wrist and it hurt my whole hand. Like just pain. I think I might have done something wrong. Anyways,
My wrists.
my neck, my back. I'm not gonna finish that. I'm also still wearing the shirt that I got my hair cut in, so I'm like just like there's this constant like itchy like everywhere.
Oh wait,
There's,
how,
like,
how
pieces
short
of
did you
my
cut your
hair.
hair?
To my shoulders. That's like it was like a lot of hair.
I wanna see. Wait.
You want to see it right
Can
now?
you
Yeah.
see?
Can I see?
Can I see?
I'll do it in girl talk because we don't use it enough.
Okay.
I don't know. Should I like take a video of it? I don't know. It's in a ponytail, but you can. I'll take a picture of it. I'll do like. Oh, don't turn the flash on, whore. I'll just turn my head like this. You'll see my bright green scrunchie.
Bright green
A blue raspberry slushie. I saw touching my face. Okay, it's in girl talk. It's just it's much
Short
shorter
hair.
than it was. Yeah.
Short hair is
Yeah.
bliss.
It really is. Oh, also, you can see like the pink on the bottom. It's not quite long enough to get rid of all the pink from when I dyed it a year ago.
Oh.
Yeah, we weren't friends then, but I dyed my hair pink
I wish
without
we were
bleaching it,
friends.
and it was so cool. Cause
I
in the
realized that like I'm used to like talking to my friends over summer than like going back to school with them. But you're not gonna be at my school.
I graduated, yeah.
You've
and I don't
already
even I don't
graduated and
live
you
up there.
don't live here. So it's just like,
No.
well, what now?
Yeah, you're gonna be like at school. I'm gonna be like, pay attention. You're like, I'm busy till 3. I'm like, no, you're not.
I mean, you can probably like video call Cam and I during like lunch if you're not at work.
I'm not at work.
If
Yeah,
you're not at work.
or in my online classes. If
You want me to
I
take
get
over
into
reading
those.
for a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Because I'm not getting it done.
Alright, time to be literate. Let's go.
Woohoo!
Okay. He didn't know what brought him to the kingdom in the first place. Did he really have to see it for himself? Was it simply to
Do you need help? Satiate.
satiate?
Or
What does that mean?
satiate. Satiate. Hold on, let me look it up. Maybe it's just a grammatical error. Another term for sate. What the fuck?
word his
What
curiosity.
does the word fate mean?
Was he
It's-
bored, or did he hear a kingdom untouched by wars and petty grudges of its neighbors, keeping its peace and neutrality for a century, and take it as a challenge? Whatever it was, when Technoblade stood, Technoblade always throws me off, stood under the shadow of the gilded castle, watching its flags flutter lazily in the summer breeze. He felt the flicker of a once familiar emotion stir in his heart. There was something about the cobblestone walls and towers rising towards the sky that reminded him of a different palace, somewhere cold and far away. "Hello, stranger," one of the guards at the gates called out. "You sightseeing?" Technoblade paused at the man's cheerful tone. Most of the guards that caught sight of Techno's sword and blood-red cape were quick to draw their weapons, but aside from the spears that seemed more of decorative than threatening, the guards at the gate didn't seem to be on guard at all.
Hubris. Or hubris. I think it's hubris.
The voice said, "This is a kingdom." Perhaps. Why am I doing a reading stream? I can't read.
Hey, you know what? You know what'll make you feel better? I played the block game on the Hive on live stream when I knew damn well I can't see colors, and I kept dying because I'm colorblind.
Can't see shit. Yay!
I literally played Block Party knowing I was colorblind on stream, and there were 8 people there. It was so awful.
I don't think that makes me feel better for being illiterate, but okay.
Well, it just means we both can't see. Okay. I'm just trying to help. My chair's sinking. Okay, goodbye.
Perhaps, Techno drawled, indulging the guard. "Although I suppose I'm more curious about the inside rather than the outside." "Why didn't you just say so?" The guard beckoned to Techno forwards. "The castle is always open for tourists. Just come right in." That was how Techno found himself walking leisurely down the halls of a castle that, under normal circumstances, he would have been storming, blades drawn. The guards did draw the line at his weaponry and made him discard his swords at the door, as if Technoblade needed more than his hands, and sometimes not even those, to wreak havoc. The castle's laxness in security was disproportional to the why there's so many weird words within lush carpets softened Techno's footsteps. Elegant tapestries decorated the walls. Flowers bloomed from vases as tall as him, and oil paintings in gilded frames. Paintings of solemn landscapes of wild animals roaming in a cultivated garden of dark-haired boy astride of a dark hair.
Keep going.
It's got a white horse and a smile in the corner of its mouth, and of the king.
End of the king.
Is it okay to eat a Kool-Aid packet? I feel like that'd be a
Yeah, it's fine, but you should probably like.
fine, but it's probably really like concentrated.
Well, not only that, but you could also like make Jello out of it. So I would probably do that instead.
There's better ways to consume Kool-Aid packet.
Yeah.
Technoblade stopped under the painting, nestled between the vases and irises. Oh, he thought, that's why. It wasn't making the kingdom think they were protected from everything, it was their king. Rendered in paint and shadow, he looked just as Technoblade remembered. The years leaving no mark on his immortal face. He was standing behind behind a modest throne. His hand lay gently on the shoulder of a dark-haired woman. That must be its queen. The queen's arms was a golden haired toddler, sleeping peacefully. On the floor by her feet, with his legs crossed under him, was another child. Older, with a gold circlet nestled in his brown curls. Wilby! Oh my god!
Hey!
You just call me Wilby!
Did you just call me Wilby? I did not call you Wilby!
Oh, fuck you!
Just call me Wilby if you want, Tommy. I'm not gonna call you Wilby.
Didn't we have
In the
this
middle of-
conversation yesterday?
Yeah, we did. Like in the middle of lore, and I was like Wilby, did you just call me Wilby?
Just call me Wilby. So I eat one and make jello out of the other. So why do you have 6 Kool-Aid packets? Were you gonna eat all 6 of them?
Well, no, cause like when you buy Kool-Aid packets, it usually comes in like a box.
No, but I think I'm just trying to think. Were you about to eat 6 Kool-Aid packets?
Oh, maybe don't do that unless you want to dye the insides of your body.
Mm-hmm.
You could use one to make Kool-Aid. You could use one to put in already made lemonade, and you could put another one in a cup and dye your hair with it. And you can put the other 3 in a blender with ice and make a slushie. Bam! I just solved world hunger. There.
I just hiccuped.
Good morning.
Good morning. A child's shrill voice rang down the hall. Technoblade's hand itched instinctively for his sword as he turned from the painting and found himself facing the very same boy from the painting, the prince. He was a very tall, lean thing, his face still holding the faint traces of boyhood. He couldn't have been more than 14. Oh. In the painting, he'd been grinning, forever immortalized in delight, but here he was staring, his dark eyes unnaturally focused, as if Techno was a particularly interesting book he was quietly picking apart in his head. Techno had seen that expression many times, in the faces of... Something.
Oh, like wise, like very wise. Wise in general.
Wizened generals looking over battlefield arrangements. Hello? Hello? The prince said cautiously. Technoblade found himself raising a hand in a small wave. Hello. Wilby, wait for me, the first voice called again, closer this time. Heralding the appearance of another child around the bend of the hallway. By his lavish attire and the small army of servants following fretfully after him, this could only be the younger prince, barely more than a babe in the painting. But now a rather loud 6-year-old. Oh. Tommy slander.
Tommy slander.
We got some Tommy slander. The younger prince marched purposefully towards his older brother, Wilby, and clung decidedly to his side as they both stared up at Techno. And who are you? The small prince said, in what he must have intended to be a threatening tone, but he sounded only like he really was, a child. A visitor, said Techno, unsure of what he was meant to say now. Have you come to have an audience with our father? The older prince asked, in a decidedly more level tone. You can't, the younger prince snapped at once, tightening his hold on his older brother's shirt front. Dad promised today was our day with him, so you can just leave now. Thank you.
Tommy really is just neglected all the time. And you can tell.
Please someone give attention to Tommy, my goodness.
I'll give baby Tommy attention.
Tommy,
I love baby
yourself.
Tommy. Tommy, calm yourself.
But Wilbur, Dad said, I know what father said, Tommy, the older prince. Wilbur, then not Wilby. Gods know what Techno would have said and done if the man had truly named his son Wilby. Was still staring at Techno, like a vulture waiting for a dying animal to drop. So visitor, what is your business here? I have no business, Techno said. I am visiting. Sightseeing. I am a traveler. First you are a visitor and now you are a traveler, a smile tugged at the prince's lips. This exchange would be much easier if we knew your name. Technoblade glanced at the servants lining the hall behind the princes, clearly in earshot but dutifully maintaining the illusion of privacy. But if he knew their father at all, he'd know that most of those standing guards around the sons would be lethal killers. He just hadn't anticipated the arrival of a god. What would they do if he heard his name? Would any of them recognize it? Would they know what it meant to have him stand before the young princes? How long would they last against him? As he looked down at the two brothers, he found them small. He can crush them under the heel of his boots like ants. Oh. But instead, Techno found himself saying, "My name is Technobleb." Technobleb looked at his eyes for the young prince. Technobleb. Technobleb.
Oh fuck.
And found himself staring at their father. Filza? I forget that.
Oh.
Filza stood at the end of the hallway, undoubtedly following the familiar cadence of his son's voices. He glanced down at them, still standing before Techno like unwitting sheep waiting for slaughter. But Filza's eyes showed no fear. Instead, when he looked back at Techno, he only smiled, his face softening with a familiar relief. The expression of a man after a long, hard-fought war, seeing peace on the horizon at last. "Old friend," said Filza, "it's nice to see you again." "Traitor," the voices clamored. "Traitor, traitor, 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 traitor Joe."
You're still a traitor! God, I wish that you would not this soon.
Before I went and fell in love with you.
When she's sleeping in the bed, we said, "Don't you dare forget about the way you betrayed me." I know that. Sorry. The way I hurt. Ow, ow. Hit my toe. Okay. Anyways.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Olivia Rodrigo, for making a cameo in Passerine.
Olivia!
Olivia, what are you doing here?
Olivia? Oh my god, next thing you know, Olivia's gonna make a cameo in Deer and Spotlight.
Oh fuck!
It's gonna be a collab.
But I think it would be really great.
It would be funny.
If she was introduced because of something I said.
I will possibly relay the information to the writing team. Father Wilbur's voice brought them back to reality. This was a different castle, a different time. "Do you know the stranger?" "Well, obviously, Wilbur." Tommy rolled his eyes. "Dad just said his name, didn't he?" "Technoblade, that's such a dumb name." "Tommy!" Filza reprimanded, with no real heat behind his words. He drew closer to him, his steps quiet and even. The servants that had followed the two boys bowed in deference to their liege, despite him wearing no crown. In fact, he looked just as much as a traveler as Techno was, dressed in simple trousers and a shirt, perfect for blending in, perfect for a man on the run. "It's been a long time," Filza said when he reached them, putting a gentle hand on top of Tommy's blonde head. The boy arched towards the touch like a sunflower reaching towards the sun. Techno didn't know if the move was calculated or a simple act of affection, or knowing Filza, both. "How have you been?" "How have I been?" Techno repeated numbly, the feeling of familiar chill creep into his bones. "I actually," Filza interrupted before kneeling to look his boys in the eyes. "Wilbur, take your brother out to the garden for a bit, yeah?" "I've returned from the dead for a little bit." "Hi, Cam! We're reading Passerine now!"
I can't.
Yeah, well, Cam. Wilbur pouted for once, looking like a boy his age. "But you said..." "I know what I promised, and I keep my promises, don't I?" Filza ruffled Wilbur's hair, and then Tommy's. "I'll join you in a moment. I just need to have a talk with Technoblade here." Wilbur stared at his father for a moment, as if weighing the truth of his words before nodding. He took his brother's hand in his and began leading him away. "Come on, Tommy," he said. "Let's play outside." "Oh my god, Passerine, hi, Embers." Passerine and Embers is here. Technoblade's still a dumb name. Tommy muttered as they passed him, closely followed by their servants. "My dog is growling at something, and I don't know if it's me or something spooky." Dogs see random things. Cats do too. It's a little spooky. I want to re-listen to it because it's so good. It is so good. I'm gonna reread it like at least 3 times. Wilbur met Technoblade's eyes just for a moment before they were gone, down the hall, out of sight, leaving Technoblade alone with the king. Technoblade turned towards Filza, his old friend, and found the smile wiped clean from his face. Filza gestured down the hall. Walk with me? Technoblade could only nod and follow Filza. They were quiet as they walked. Techno remembered days like these during their time together, long days of companionable silence as they simply existed together. But there was something different this time. There was an edge. Techno could sense Filza sizing up him, tallying his hidden weapons, calculating his improvements. In turn, Techno mapped his escape routes as Filza led him through the halls, and then up a sweeping flight of stairs. He did not want to expect violence from Filza, but he hadn't expected to be left behind either. Oh.
Oh no! Techno, please. Techno.
God, I hate
Number
us.
15. The Lost Children. Return of Peter's Ghost. Tinkerbell's point of view.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be the fucking water's point of view or something.
The ship's point of view. the pixie dust's point of view. Tinkerbell's wings in the ocean. The siren's point of view.
I'm gonna pass
The
away.
window's point of view.
I almost fell in my water.
Oh my god. I'm just so funny.
Embers is
I'm just
hilarious.
So funny. I'm fucking
I love how
aware.
lengthy these episodes are. It's so nice to read.
When we're not reading it.
When we're not reading it out loud and having each other literally
Literally pull on number 15.
we're never gonna get this done. Oh, okay.
Okay.
They reached a balcony overlooking a garden, where most of the flowers indoors undoubtedly came from. Wisteria and ivy grew around the marble pillars. Rose bushes and dandelions and carnations bloomed in
En masse.
unmas at the foot of elaborate stone statues. At the center of the garden was a weeping willow, its branches providing shade for the two boys chasing each other across the grass. Their laughter echoed through the glade, reaching even Techno and their father high up on the balcony. For a while, the two of them just watched the two princes. Wilbur was obviously faster than Tommy, but he slowed his pace just enough for his little brother to have fun chasing his heels. They're a handful. Feels a soft tone turn to something. Feels a soft.
Do you want me to take over?
Feels a soft turn. Fucking feels a soft tone.
Feels a soft tone turn.
Two technos.
God damn it. Okay, here. Feels a soft tone turn to technos.
Turn Techno's attention away from the princes. The king was almost smiling, but the hard glint in his eyes didn't disappear. Wilbur was quieter before Tommy was born. A little bookworm holed up in his room all day. But I have a feeling you didn't drop by for silly stories like that. Filza turned to Techno, so go ahead. Let me have it. Techno didn't know what he was meant to feel. He didn't know what he was meant to say. For years, he'd put Filza out of his mind, determined to forget the interlude of peace. He'd let the memories fester like untreated wounds. Now he thought he'd rather die of an infection than acknowledge out loud that it was real, that the pain was there at all. That the pain was there at all. I didn't mean to drop by, Techno said eventually. I didn't know this place was yours. I can leave if you. Am I, are you okay? No, I'm struggling to read.
It's okay, I was struggling too.
No, Filza shook his head. Don't leave. Truth be told, this reunion was inevitable. Or I hope it was. How long have you been here? Phil's considered, how long has this kingdom been standing? Phil, I know. People like us aren't meant to stay in one place for too long. Phil's aside and turned back towards the horizon. He leaned his arms against the wrought iron railings and looked out at the land beyond. The slope of the distant mountains and the kingdom that stretched on and on, unaware that their immortal king was all that stood between them and destruction. I found a small town while I was traveling, made it something more. I told myself I would leave after a year, but then it became 2 years, 3 years, a decade. I did leave eventually, before they figured out why their town may or never aged. But then I found out the moment I left. Phil's expression turned cold, that they were annihilated. I came back and everyone, had been burnt to the ground. It was just ashes. Everything I built, they were survivors of course, and they blamed their leader for leaving. Of course, as they should. So I stayed, I built it back up again, from a small, decimated town to what you see today. As far as people know, leadership has been passed on from one king to another who looks vaguely like him, and I'm sure the eldest of them have their rumors. But is it really so bad to be known? Technoblade didn't realize until Felda turned back to look at him that he expected an answer to his question, but all Technoblade could say was, "Is this why you left me behind?" Please, this fic makes this. I can't even read chat anymore. Please, this fic makes me feel like it's not a fanfic. Exactly. But like whenever Phil's our Technoblade comes back, just like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a Minecraft
fanfic.
To the Minecraft.
You know, part of me was expecting myself to like do the accents correctly, but I've completely given up on that.
Yeah, that's like too hard.
I can't even read straight. Why I can't
read? What makes you think you're gonna be able to pull off the accents at the same time?
Cut off. I understand you heard this. I understand you heard the place you loved was in trouble, and so you came back. But I don't. Why didn't you take me? Here it was at last.
Catharsis.
Catharsis, or something close to it. I would have hunted them down with you, Philza. The people who did that to your town, I would have given you vengeance on the silver platter. I would have given you the world. Philza didn't look guilty, he just looked tired. I didn't hunt them down, though. What?
What?
The people who'd burned down my town, I didn't hunt them down. As much as I wanted to, they were long gone by the time I arrived. And at that moment, my people needed a leader, not a hunter. I didn't bring you because I don't know when to be either. They stood there, letting the words settle in the silence that stretched the totter like a rope around Technoblade's neck. Deny it, he wanted to shout. Tell me I'm wrong. Felda did not. I don't need to hear this from you, Technoblade spat, as a well of old hurt and anger, once dried up, began to fill anew. Do your sons even know who you are? What you are? Who you are? The angel of death, domesticated. What a farce? Farce. Philza stiffened. You know not of which to. You know not of which to you. Like what? You know not of which you speak.
Yeah. Good work.
Can I read it smoothly? You know not of which you speak. Good job, me.
Nice. Good work.
I once saw you tear a man apart with your bare hands, and now you're telling me about leadership? About kindness? I said nothing of kindness. If I had completely renounced my ways, my kingdom would not be what it is today. Domesticated dogs still bite. Philza stepped towards him until they were eye to eye. Despite the accusations Techno hurled at him, despite their bloody history, Techno had never truly seen Philza angry, but he had a feeling that if he kept running down on this road head first, he might find himself knowing the full extent of his old friend's wrath. Philza's eyes were hard as flint, one spark away from combustion. Technoblade glanced down at the garden. Philza followed his gaze until they were both staring back at the two boys below, who ceased their playing to wonder at their father and the stranger. They couldn't have heard a thing of what Philza or Techno said, but Wilbur stood with his head cocked inquisitively to the side, as if he were turning over the words. Dad! Toffee!
Dad!
Dad!
I'm finished!
Tommy shouted, "Are you almost finished?" "Almost," Phil called back. "I'll be right down, kids." Tommy elbowed Wilbur and said something that made the other boy throw his head back in laughter. Then the two of them took off back to their games, back to their honey childhood. When Technoblade turned to Phil again, the king's expression had turned considerably softer. Techno could live another 1,000 years and still never understand how easily Philza could hide his fury. "I wasn't trying to settle down," Philza said quietly, now, as if he was imploring a child to stop a tantrum. His eyes were still on his sons below. "I was content for a while, to watch the kingdom grow, but these mortals and their short, fitful lives, they draw you in. Technoblade, draw you in, Technoblade. I used to think they were moths drawn to flame, doomed to catch fire for the most consequential things.
Yeah.
We've seen their wars, you and I. We fought them. We both know the things that they do to each other." Philip took hold of the balcony rails, as if they were the only thing keeping away from floating away. "But over the years I've learned of things that they do for each other. Their lives will always be 1 year, 1 week, 1 day short, but it doesn't seem to matter much to them. They live anyway, they love anyway. Forgive an old god for wanting a piece of that for himself." "I'm back now on the computer. Welcome back, Cam. Cam is now on the computer."
I told you not to get out of the bed, idiot.
"I'm gonna go for a little be back. Gotcha, Spider. Take your time. Take all the time you need." A late morning breeze passed through, carrying with it the scented flowers and the shredded remains of Techno's anguish. Anguish? Anguish.
Yeah.
Anguish. The fairy anguish. Quiche. "I have food, and also non-delay is so nice." We do love it. For some reason, like, the delay on my computer tends to be worse than my phone. Okay, but like, I can't fall back asleep. I slept for another hour when you told me to leave. It's hard to sleep for an entire day. The fury was still there, and the feelings of betrayal so grand it might never be bridged. But the exhaustion had begun to settle in. Techno was used to quick brawls and long hunts, but verbal altercation was not something he'd ever been trained for. Mostly because he had not cared to speak to anyone that mattered since forever, perhaps. Maybe Philza had been tired too, of their life before. Always fighting, never safe. Oh. Thank you, Lemon Turtle, for the follow! Thank you! Welcome! Hope you enjoy your stay here. Hello! Thank you! Hello,
Yay.
it is I. It is I. Lemon Turtle. Lemon
I don't know if
Turtle.
you can hear my claps going.
I heard it.
You heard them? Okay, good.
Hi, we are
I'm
reading
glad.
fanfic at the moment. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Hello, how's your day going? Hope your day is going lovely. Pineapples are good. I personally don't like pineapples. Oh wait!
I love pineapple.
Oh wait, we hit the follower goal. Frog! Yay! It's me, Leaf. I hijacked my brother's account. Oh my god. Hi, Leaf. Hello. It's like the pause is just funny. So, hello, it is I. Yes.
Yes.
Here I go. Virtual hug. There you go. I usually hug the mic, but now you can just see me. There you go. And although Techno thought it was only a matter of time before the game of peace was over, he thought maybe he could start to understand why Phil took the chance. It was a foolish move, and Technoblade could scoff at it for the rest of their immortal lives, but it would not be the worst choice anyone had ever made. Technoblade has seen worse, and this was barely a drop in the ocean of bad decisions. Still, it was stupid. One look at Philza and Technoblade realized he must know it too. Are they like you? Techno asked, asked at last, unsure what answer he was waiting for. Your boys? He's taking a shower right now. My goodness. Philza sighed. I would not wish my fate on my worst enemy, least of all my own children. His hands tightened around the railings. They take after their mother, mortal, good in all ways. I think every god that has ever existed for that. But sometimes, Techno prompted when the silence stretched too long. Philza's jaw clenched. It's Wilbur. He speaks of voices. Voices. Italics. I'm definitely gonna re-listen to it after this stream. I miss Passerine. It's such a good story. I was so sad when it ended. Philza met Techno's eyes. A conversation from lifetimes ago, again replayed in Techno's mind. A moment of vulnerability in the castle not so different from this one, where he had spilled his secrets as easily as he spilled blood. The voices filled, they demand blood. There was a world's worth of agony in Phil's stare, a burden only understood by a parent's fearing for her child. I am glad he's not like me, Philza said, but sometimes I fear he's growing more and more like you.
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck. Fox! Oh my god. Hi,
Oh,
Fox! Hello! Passerine, we're reading Passerine. Yes. I haven't seen you in ages. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope your day's going lovely. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Techno's breath hitched in his voice. He resisted the urge to look down again. To search the grass for the boy with ancient for the boy with ancient eyes. The voices began to sing. Not alone, they said. Not alone, not alone, not alone. No, Techno said, curling his hands into his fists and digging his nails into flesh until they drew blood. His daily penance. Hi Cam, hi Terry, hi Fox! How you doing? I hope you're doing lovely. I want more food, hold on, we have burritos. Get all the burritos. But he is but a child. Techno paused. What was he talking about? What did it matter what Wilbur was? What was the sudden ache in his chest? Something telling of a far deeper wound. An older affliction? Oh, there's an L in there. Affliction.
Yeah.
He did not know this boy. He should not care. He did not care. But then Philza seized him by the wrist, as if he knew Techno was about to take off running, and forced him to meet his tortured gaze. This is why I hope you'd come. Truth be told, I was very close to looking for you myself. I cannot do this by myself. Technoblade, as much as I want to, you're the only one. You want my help, Techno said dully. My help after you abandoned me. After you denounced my ways and called me a monster. Philza flinched. I would never call you that, my friend. Friend. The word that Techno had only truly understood in the days of snow and sweet tea. I don't owe you anything, Technoblade said quietly. I don't owe that child anything. I know, and I have better things to do with my time. I know. After all you did, I shouldn't even be listening to you right now. I should just leave. I know, Techno. I know.
Wow, I think Philza knows.
I think Philza knows. Please don't eat 15 burritos. You might just explode. And then Philza did something Techno would never, in 100 or a million years, have expected him to do. He kneeled in italics. Philza, once Emperor, presently King, Angel of Death, kneeled before Technoblade, grasping pathetically at his cloak. His golden hair bowed. The voices were a chorus of disgust and disdain. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. And when Philza spoke again, his voice was wavered. I'm truly for leaving, but I am asking you, begging you to do this for me, for my son, for the friendship we once shared. Techno, please. Please, I do not know how much time the gods will give us. What will you have me to do? What will you have me do? Techno demanded, his own voice fraying at the edges. What do you expect from me, Phil? I'm quite a healthy person, I can do it. As long as you don't get sick. Philza looked up at him, his face stirring in agony. Stay and help as much as you can, and together, maybe we can help you as well. The voices paused, just for a moment, just for a breath, as they all considered the weight of Philza's words. And God's that silence, however brief, however fleeting, was the sweetest thing Techno has ever heard. He's a dentist? Oh, Philza. I'm hiccuping. Ah! We can help you. What did that mean exactly? What would that entail? Technoblade didn't know and didn't care. He'd come here in search of a kingdom of peace, and he'd found it. Forgive an old god for wanting a piece of that for himself, Philza had said. And what was peace if not the silence? Was that not freedom at last? So as the voices began to chant anew, an immortal hunter offered an immortal king his hand. The sun climbed higher towards the heart of the sky as Technoblade pulled Philza to his feet, and they were on equal ground once more. He had no idea what he was doing, but there was no true alternative, so Techno met his old friend's gaze and said, Alright, you and me, one more time. Chapter 1!
Yay!
Woohoo! I love Passerine so much. It's such a good read. It's so well written. My mom came home with food. Pog. Alrighty. My voice is tired. Passerine is amazing. Chat, if you
Yeah.
haven't read Passerine on your own time, I suggest you do it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Alrighty. That was lovely. That was do it. It's so good. Like literally. I'm just gonna like probably like read this myself tonight because I got it like literally yesterday. So I'm probably gonna read it tonight. Where does chapter 1 end? Hold on, how many pages is chapter 1? Where is it? 26 pages. Ooh. I cried for 4 hours. Seriously, like, okay. Everyone was talking about flowers from like 1970. That one didn't make me cry, but Passerine made me cry. And like, I'm a big crybaby. I cry at a lot of things. I will cry at like literally everything. But I didn't cry at like everyone's like, oh god, you're going to like start sobbing from flowers from 1970. I'm just like, huh. It sounds sad. I probably will, but I didn't. Have you read Flowers from 1970, Embers?
Nope.
Oof. Are you going to?
Probably not, because I know how it ends.
It's not too bad.
What the hell did Liz get in our family circle on Life 360? What?
12 a.m. to 4 a.m. and then I found the
driving.
book. Managed to one-up my emotional breakdown for Passerine. Same, I was up from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. I want to listen to Flowers from 1970. I could read it to you because the only reason why I couldn't read Heat Waves to you was because it was just really... It's Heat Waves.
It's Heat Wave.
It's
I would
Heat
do it.
Waves.
I would read Heat Waves to your chat. I don't care. I had to read it with Maj, okay? That's like the worst
True.
part.
Didn't you guys read it that one stream?
Yeah,
you,
it was like
skipped
my
to, like,
second
the-
stream with them.
You burned
And,
me, not
like,
me part.
We were literally playing Bed Wars. We were waiting till all beds were destroyed, so we sat in an end stone barricade and we started reading Heat Waves, and I had to we ended up like reading like each other's like parts, like parts for each other, right? So I think I was George and
I think
he was Dream. And so I got to, you know, the part where it was like, I burn you, and I go, you melt me. There's a clip of me saying that.
Oh no!
There's clips of it. Everybody clipped it.
Oh my goodness. Oh
It was-
dear.
Oh.
That is going to haunt your future.
I know. I'm surprised it hasn't like come up at all.
Me too, me too. Why is okay? I literally said you guys literally read a fanfic. I said Nico Nico Ni once, and that has haunted my entire streaming career. I don't get it. This is unfair. Okay, chat. Okay, so make sure you read Passerine. Make sure you also read Deer and Spotlights, because Deer and Spotlights is also amazing. I have been told that it's going to come back soon. The author just kind of sprained her ankle. Not ankle. Wrist? Wrist. So that was lovely. Deer and Spotlights, like, I like it. Deer in Spotlights. They have sprained their ankle before, though. She writes with her ankle. She writes with her ankle. Oh my goodness. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this is Deer in Spotlights. It's by Chi Chinchilla. It's pretty good. She does. I draw with my ankles too. Ankles. It's basically like a cafe AU and like a music AU squished in one. It's like it says friends and lovers here. It's like, basically it's my old writing team, so like it's really cool to see this kind of like I'm a retired author, and we were going to switch to AO3 because we were writing on a different site. It wasn't Wattpad. Idle Music Cafe's a friend. Idle Music Cafe Friends and Lovers AU plus angst. And it says nightmares and separations here, and a lot of miscommunication, and we do love when
We do love miscommunication.
Miscommunication, our beloved. We're waiting for it.
Quite
Poppy Moon,
literally.
thanks so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate it. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Angst. I'm not ready for angst. Everyone's just really cute right now. I don't think I'll be okay. Miscommunication, our beloved.
I like how there's like 3 ships and 1 fanfiction, and then there's me and Nikki kind of chilling. Ship me with Nikki. We're both adults.
Let me just call them real quick.
Like, hey, you know you have 3 ships and you got 2 single people? Put it together.
We can make it work.
Make it work.
Okay, but who? Nikki.
Nikki.
Can we get some Nikki hearts in chat? We do love Nikki here.
Nikki hearts and chat.
Embers!
I'm sorry, she's really pretty.
She is really pretty. Literally, like, she's like, pops into my timeline once in a while. I'm just like,
The dress.
the dress.
Cam, why do you ask that? You know the answers. No.
You know the answers. No, how dare you question our sanity?
No, but I just love Nikki Niach.
Nikki Niachor. If Nikki's live, I will. If Nikki's ever live, I will automatically raid.
I will end stream immediately.
I will just end stream immediately, even if I'm just like, Minecraft, Nikki.
Like I swear to God, I could be 2 minutes into stream and I'm still on my starting suit, and I'll be like, "Hey, Nikki just went live. I gotta go.
My channel. I gotta go watch Nikki's
I
stream.
gotta go watch Nikki Niach.
I gotta go watch Nikki now. Oh my goodness. Alright. We should do this again soon. It was really fun. We also need to do another karaoke stream. We have a bunch of stuff that's coming up. Oh, bye, Fox! I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you being here. Alrighty. Do you want to say anything to stream before we take our leave?
Hashtag Emberchew.
It sounds like some kind of like dog treat company. Karaoke stream, but my family isn't murdering me. Okay, but hear me out. Duck Trio karaoke stream, but in real life.
Niabers.
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 Ember Chew, it's the new dog treat.
Emberchew.
Karaoke, Duck Trio karaoke stream, but in real life? Hmm? Maybe. IRL? Oh. Oh snap.
Everybody get it trending. Hashtag Niabers.
Get it trending, get it trending. This will be the first thing we trend. It'll be iconic. It'll be the first thing we
I just want to be noticed.
Alright, I'm gonna go end up stream. You wanna say anything?
Hashtag Niabers. Or
I'll talk to
Emberchew.
you. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Everyone go follow
Okay.
Embers. Go follow
Oh,
Embers.
thank you.
She's
Aw.
currently in chat right now. It's Embers live _ She's very, very funky fresh, and she deserves it. Go do it. Or I will
Wait, what?
pew pew you with my finger gun. Oh yes, who baby yeah.
Who baby yeah.
Who baby.
Go
Who
on
baby
your
yeah.
stream. Go on your stream.
Okay, everyone, I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness, I really appreciate everyone being here. I love you all so much. Hopefully I'll be back soon. I don't stream tomorrow. I might not stream Thursday either because those are also my off days, but I will see. I hope you all enjoyed today's little fanfic reading stream. I also hope you guys enjoyed today's face cam stream because we also had a face cam, as you can see very obviously. Hopefully my wrists will be better by the time I get back to something. Yeah, it was bad enough when it was one wrist, but now I just have both in a brace, and we're just trying our best here. Okay, we're gonna go raid. I believe Mombi is live, so how about we go raid Mombi? Because everyone loves Mombi here. If I can just type, that would be lovely. Raid. I actually almost accidentally typed Mombi. There we go. Oh, okay. Raid Emmy Beef. Alrighty. We're gonna go raid Emmy because Emmy is a lovely human being. You all make me super happy, so let's go make someone else happy. Alright everyone, make sure you take care of yourselves, don't let anyone else tell you to be. Just be your own self, and that's the best thing you can do for yourself. You all make me super happy, so be proud of yourselves. You are loved and appreciated no matter who you are, who you love. everyone, everything. You all are amazing. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day or night. I'll be back very, very soon for some more fun stuff. It'll be very, very great. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Take care. You all make me really happy. So let's go make someone else happy. Go make other people's days. Yeah, I hope I'm able to make your day a little bit better because you definitely make my day better. Alrighty, everyone. Join the raid for some channel points, as Embers says. Oh my god. Alrighty, I love you guys so much. Hopefully we'll do another facecam stream soon because it's really fun. Oh, Embers. Embers, oh god. Oh god. Alrighty, bye everyone. Smiley faces in chat when you see this and I'll send you off. Bye, 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 bye. 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 Smiley faces in chat and I'll send you off. Farewell. Farewell, farewell, farewell. Adios, love you. Mwah. Hello, VOD watchers. I hope you're doing lovely. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a lovely rest of your night. Bye.